Hello everyone, welcome back to kind of another episode of Let's Complete the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. So I say kind of because this is not going to be kind of an official episode. We're not going to be continuing with the main story right now. This is just going to be a bit of a grindy episode, but I wanted to film it in case anyone cares. But yeah, basically, obviously there are a whole load of skills in Oblivion, and I am nowhere near as well versed in Oblivion as I am in Skyrim. I have something open to my right that tells me like that there's almost maths involved in this, you know, how to up each skill. And I mean, like, look at our magic skills, you know, they're like next to nothing. So yeah, we have a lot of work to do when it comes to our skills, and because I don't really know anything about it, I wanted to just take some time to, you know, sort of go through each skill and, you know, get to grips with exactly how each one levels up. So some of them, like heavy armor, is just, you just have to get people to hit you. It's just damage taken, which is easy enough. We actually have looked up, you know, kind of how to level up each one, and some of these, so things like heavy armor or like blade, we're not going to be able to do right now because we don't have, they require us to do quests that we have not done, so we won't be doing that. I'll just, you know, I'll kind of, once we do the quest, I'll mention it, and then I'll do the grinding, and then we can come back to the quest, if that makes sense. But some of them, such as like armorer or, you know, alchemy, all the magic ones basically, you know, mercantile, speechcraft, security, all of these things are things that we can do. So I wanted to just kind of go through them, mess around, you know, kind of show you all the grinding techniques in case any of you are, you know, also just as clueless like I am. Because honestly, like it's not simple, honestly, it really isn't. You know, it's not as difficult as some even older games, but it's definitely not easy like it is in Skyrim. So, with that in mind, we are going to head to the Imperial City Market District. I want to go to the Mystic Emporium to see if we can buy some soul gems, because that's this way, I think. I also want to touch on enchanting in today's episode, as well as possibly spell making. So is this open? Yes, it is. So yeah, I just want to play around with everything, basically. And actually, while we're here, this is a good chance to... Oh, actually, no, we shouldn't do it with this person because we need to talk to this person.
Can I interest you?
But I can show you how we're going to level up, you know, our speechcraft and stuff. I think, yeah, speechcraft and mercantile are separate. So mercantile is just by selling stuff, and you just have to sell things individually, exactly like you do in Skyrim. So that's easy enough. But speechcraft is you basically have to... you do this wheel. And you just do it over and over again without, you know, intending to win. So just do it on like a random person, mainly a guard, I think they said. But yeah, while we're here, I want to buy some soul gems. So obviously only the ones that are filled are going to be helpful. So we'll just buy all the ones that are filled. You know, we have a decent amount of gold at this point. You know, I don't want to be spending all of it, but I do need just, you know, a few soul gems to play with, basically. So let's just buy up all of the ones that are filled, pretty much. And then we will be on our way. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Well, whatever your name is. Kalandil, thank you. So, we also need to head to Edgar's discount spells because I want to level up some magic skills. Let's just take a look at the ones we've got so far. So I bought a few of these just when I was, you know, seeing what spells they had for offer, because I think he does change his stock. And so then, spell effectiveness 95%. What does that mean? What's spell effectiveness, and why is it only 95%? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I bought some spells because, you know, I didn't want them to disappear, basically. So we have Heal Minor Wounds, which was, you know, the healing spell we start the game is. I bought Heal Major Wounds, which we can now use, but it does cost more. And I mean, how much magicka do we have in total? 90, which is not that great. So yeah, that costs 66, so we can only cast that once. We have Minor Life Detection, which is obviously just detect life. And that's from Mysticism, the magic school of Mysticism, which isn't in Skyrim, so I don't know. Is that Illusion? I guess that's the equivalent to Illusion. We have Alteration, so that's shield 5%. And these, you can see... Yeah, so this one, Ease Burden, it says requires alteration skill of 25. So it means that, you know, we cannot cast that right now, even though we have enough magicka, because it only costs 48 and we have 90. Because we don't have an alteration skill of 25, we can't cast it. So there's like an extra added layer of, you know, complication that you need to think about when asking yourself whether you can cast a spell, because it's not only the amount of magicka you have, but it's also your skill level, which is incredibly confusing and completely ridiculous if you ask me, but okay. So we can't cast that yet. We can cast this though, we can cast Protect, and we can... Oh, Illusion. So what's Mysticism then? What is that related to? Let's look at our skills. So we have Alteration, which is also in Skyrim, Conjuration, Destruction, Illusion, Mysticism, and Restoration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they just added a whole extra... Well, I mean, this game came out before Skyrim, so I guess it's a... They took away one of the skills in Skyrim. Mysticism. Cast spells that absorb, reflect, and dispel magic, move objects, sense life, and bind souls. Yeah, so they basically took everything that was in Mysticism and dispersed it throughout the other skills. Alteration... Yeah, that's the same as it is in Skyrim. Conjuration, conjure stuff, obviously. Illusion... To charm, conceal, create light, silence, paralyze, command, or affect morale or aggressiveness. So what does Soul Trap come under in Skyrim? That's conjuration, isn't it? Yeah, it is, because that's how you grind it out. So yeah, they basically took everything in Mysticism and just put it into other things so they could get rid of a skill. I guess to... you know, kind of make it a round number between all the magic and the other skills or something. Because they also took out things like blunt and hand-to-hand in Skyrim. I don't even understand really what the difference is here, but you know. Yeah, okay, so we have a spell for Restoration, Mysticism, Alteration, and Illusion. Which means we need to get a spell that grinds Conjuration, Destruction, and I think that's it. Conjuration, Destruction, and then we have Illusion, Alteration, Mysticism, and Restoration. Yes, so we need Conjuration and Destruction. Damn, this is complicated. So let's see if Edgar has anything for us. He doesn't always. They don't always sell the same things. And like different merchants will sell different things, but we're not part of the Mages Guild yet, which means... Oh no, actually I think we can still buy spells from them, I'm not sure. So these are absorb skills and attributes, which isn't that useful, if you ask me. Bound Dagger binds a dagger for 15 seconds on self, but it... Oh no, 27 magicka, okay, so yeah, this is the magicka, and this is the money. So yeah, we could actually cast that, and we can cast that, so yeah, actually, let's buy that for 130 gold, not bad. Burning Touch, fire damage, 10 points on touch, that is also pretty good. I think Destruction is going to be the hardest one because it's not... I think we'll probably have to cast it on something, which is, you know, obviously always the problem. Although in Oblivion, I know things are different because, like, in Skyrim, you can't just walk around and cast Restoration and, you know, heal yourself and without actually healing any XP because... You know, if your health is full and you still cast Restoration, it won't level up your Restoration in Skyrim, whereas in Oblivion you can just walk around casting the spell even if you're not actually healing yourself, and it still counts towards Restoration. So, but going by that logic, I may be able to, you know, just fire off, you know, fire into a field, and it might still level it up because it may just go off of casts rather than hits. But I don't know, so we'll buy it anyway. It's not that much money, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think there's any need for these Fortify things, although they're actually pretty good. Shock damage, we don't need that. Summon Scamp. Oh, that costs quite a lot though. I think our dagger is probably better. Yeah, I think our dagger's better. And water breathing. That might just be a good spell to have. I mean, we can't cast it yet, but we may as well get it, because that might actually just be useful. And yeah, that's everything he has. So we have a destruction spell and a conjuration spell now, which is the important thing. I also have a level up, so we will go and get that at some point.
A pleasure to see you.
Oh, hi, actually. So let me show you how this
Certainly.
speech thing works. Oh, come on, we can't. Really? Are you joking me? Which, obviously this
Tell
guy
me
we can't
more.
do it on, but basically there's usually a little start button here, and it starts the wheel, and you basically just have to do it over and over again. So just click it randomly without trying to win it, and then it'll level up your Speechcraft. But you obviously don't want to do it on people that, you know, you need to talk to. So you don't want to use it on shopkeepers or, you know, important people. You just want to use it on guards or something, because they don't matter, you know. But yeah, his disposition is already maxed, which we may find is a problem actually, because we are like we're playing a good character, you know, and so therefore people like her. But so we may have to wait until later in the playthrough where, well, I'm not going to give it away. I can't wait for you guys to see where this playthrough is going, because I'm so excited about it, and I'm really, you know, I'm really happy with like my plan for this playthrough. But yeah, we may have to wait until, you know, she does some questionable things and people don't like her anymore in order to do that, because it's looking like people's dispositions may already be maxed, which is a little bit annoying. But anyway, now that we've got those spells, let's just come out here, just so we can stand in a field somewhere, so we're not gonna, you know, hurt anyone, and see what casting all of these spells does. So, let's just start from the top, shall we? Bound Dagger. It summons a dagger, as you would expect. Nice. And our conjuration skill did increase, so what happens? Right, so I just have to sheathe it to put it away, and then I cast it again. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, we've got... Wow, that's increasing really fast. Literally 1 increase per summon. Wow, okay, I assume that will, you know, get harder. Yeah, wow, okay, 5 increases there. That is not bad. Not bad at all. So, actually, you know what? I should probably level up before I do any more of this. So yeah, let's just head back to our house. We will level up, and then we'll continue doing this, because we don't want to... because I think if you have several level ups kind of stacked, then I'm not sure if it'll give you the, you know, bonuses to your attributes when you level up for like the second time or whatever. I may be wrong, but yeah, I don't know, and I don't want to risk it. So let's level up quickly. You've ascended to level 13. It's the most amazing thing. Yesterday it was hard and today it is easy. Just a good night's sleep and yesterday's mysteries are today's masteries. So, +3 to speed, endurance, and strength will obviously help in the long run. Do I actually want to put something into Magicka? No, not yet. We'll just go strength. It always does that little freeze. So yeah, we've done that now. So let's switch over to minor life detection. Although we may actually have to do this where there are actually people. So we may actually have to head back to the Imperial City to do that. Because I'm assuming... Because I think, you know, in Skyrim, if you want to, you know, grind out... Oh man, what does this? Mysticism. Yeah, so I don't know what life detection comes under in Skyrim, I've forgotten, but... yeah, you generally do it in, like, the middle of a city, because then it's, you know, detecting a lot of people, and therefore it kind of counts for more. So come back to the Imperial City. Of course, it's nighttime, so no one's out and about. So let's just wait until a more reasonable hour so that we can actually, you know, detect some life. And hopefully this should work. Okay. Oh, come on, people. Okay, there are some people. So if I cast it... Yeah, there we go, Mysticism. And you can see it does a little pink glow. So yeah, I don't know... Oh, there we go, it is increases. It is increasing. I was wondering if we had to wait for the effect to wear off before we casted it again, but Yeah, okay, so that one doesn't seem to be raising as much as Conjuration. Although, what is Mysticism at? Because Conjuration might have been lower. Conjuration is now 11. Oh no, they were both at the same point. So, yeah, Mysticism must just go up a little slower. But that is indeed working. Which is good. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So, I don't have enough Magicka, but that's because, you know, we've run out of Magicka. So we'll just wait an hour and that will be rectified. So this is now Alteration. Shield 5% for 30 seconds on self. And there we go. So you see, again, in Skyrim, you couldn't just cast this, you know, you can't just cast like Oak Flesh over and over again. Because you have to cast it when you're in combat, basically, for it to, you know, be considered valid. Which I suppose, you know, this is kind of a flaw. You know, I'm literally just standing here practicing spells. But, you know, at the same time, like, you know, like, practicing does... it, like, that's how you get better at things. You practice and you do things. It shouldn't matter if you do it in the situation or not. You know, you're still practicing, you know, shielding yourself from damage, so surely that would work, but I guess it is a little bit OP in video game terms. So yeah, that does indeed work. So we now have Light, 20 feet for 60 seconds on stealth, which is Illusion. This is the most useless effect, if you ask me. So yeah, look, I now just glow, which... I mean, generally speaking, I play quite a lot of sneak characters, so this would just be the worst effect ever. You know, it's just like, hey, look at me, I'm right here, why don't you come and attack me, you know? But, I mean, I guess it would be useful if you were, you know, trying to see where you're going, but, I mean, you can just turn up the brightness. Although I actually can't do that for some reason, because apparently I'm not allowed to turn up the brightness if I play in windowed mode for some reason. Why they would do that, I don't know. But they did, so we just have to live with it. So yeah, that does indeed work. And is that everything? Illusion, Alteration, Mysticism, Restoration we've already seen, Bound Dagger. Oh, and where's Destruction? Why is it not in this one? What is this? I don't understand what these things mean at all. So we have active effects, that's pretty self-explanatory. But then we have these two, which they seem the same to me, except they don't, you know, so like the destruction spells are here and everything else is here. Hellride and Star of the, like, why are they separate? I don't understand. Is it like offensive things versus defensive? Perhaps? I don't know. But yeah, we have... Oh, we already have Chilling Touch. Oh, that must have been a tome we read. So yeah, we have Burning Touch, but we're actually going to leave the city to do this. We don't want to set anyone on fire and get in trouble. So in theory, you know, going off how the rest of the skills work, you would think that just, you know, casting this into the middle of a field would work. But that's not looking likely, is it? It's also not, you know, it's not actually like sending forth a fire thing. Because I think, see, this is what is confusing about spells in Oblivion. Because, see, it's fire damage 10 points on touch. But I don't understand what that means. Because, yeah, so they're all on touch. And some of them are on self. So obviously, you know, you heal yourself or, you know, put light on yourself. But, you know, surely it suggests that it, you know, it's not an AoE effect, basically. And so you have to... So I don't, like, does it mean that you as the player character have to be close enough to touch the enemy? Or is it just about... you know, the spell has to make contact and touch the enemy. But, you know, in that case it should be, you know, I should be able to cast it on the floor and hit the floor. But that's not the case. So yeah, it looks like Destruction is not going to be easy to level up. I wonder, let's head to Frostcrag Spire, which is God knows where. Here it is. And see if we can make a spell, because I know you can make spells, and my god, is that complicated. So I wonder if we make like a, you know, just a fire spell that it's not on touch, basically. It's just like, I don't remember what the other phrase is. It's, you know, on touch, on self, and on something else. But I wonder if we make one that isn't on touch, then it might work better. This is a spell making one. So we haven't looked at this yet. But we have fire damage here. So yeah, here we go. So range, touch, target, or self. Why would you ever want to do fire damage on self? So target, we'll try target instead. And see, then this is also confusing. So this is how much magicka it costs, and this is how much money it's gonna cost me to make the spell, which I also don't understand. Why does it cost me money to make a spell? Or to enchant something? That doesn't make sense to me, but I guess it's just the game's way of, you know, not... I mean, this is OP. Being able to make your own spells is OP, but I guess, you know, having to pay for it is a way to make it ever so slightly less OP. I don't know what the thought process was there. So it's now on target. So you can see as I put these sliders up, it costs more to make and costs more magicka to cast. So, yeah, we only have 90 magicka. So, I mean, what? Let's just put magnitude at 5. Area, so that's, you know, whether it's going to be an AoE, so... 10? I don't know. And then duration, so that's how long the effect lasts. Wow, okay, putting that up really makes it very costly. So, let's just do 2. So that's 35, that seems reasonable. Okay, and then fire damage 5 points in 10 feet for 2 seconds on target. Okay, see, requires destruction skill of 25. Okay, so what happens if I do that? Okay, so now it doesn't require... See, I don't understand this at all. I looked it up, and basically the way it... Like, you actually have to do maths to understand how it calculates, you know, what costs what and why. And so it's just very complicated to wrap your head around. And I could do it, you know, I just have to sit down and read it and understand it, but I don't want to. Like, I don't have to research how to play a game, you know? So we'll just name it, like, Test Fire Spell, you know, because we're not actually going to use this. I just want to see if this will work. So, see, and now where is it? But, like, where is this spell? See, why is it here? I don't... Oh, look, we actually have flare, don't we? Lol, maybe I should have looked at that first. So, does this... Yeah, so there we go. So that sends a fireball out. So does this do anything? No. So let's actually have a look at our yeah, see, that has done nothing. So that's what I was worried about. Which, it also doesn't make any sense, right? Because they've clearly done the other magic skills as, you know, just you casting the spell counts as practice and therefore gives you XP, but not for destruction. Which makes no sense. You know, if you're gonna have... Like, if you're going to make a rule, you need to, you know, do it across the board, but whatever. That just means that destruction is then going to, you know, I'll group it in with, you know, blade and everything else that I need to complete other quests for. So, now that we've got the magic sorted, I will, you know, I'll just block off a few hours and sit here and I will just cast alteration spells over and over and over again. You know, I'll use up all my magicka, wait an hour, use it all up, wait an hour. And I'll do that until I have 100. You know, that's easy to do. Time consuming, yes, but easy. I'll just watch a movie or something while I do it. That's not a problem. So I wanted to show you Speechcraft, but we need to find someone who doesn't like us, basically. We will have to start incorporating a bow at some point, I think, but not yet. Mercantile is just selling things, so I'll make it a priority from now on. You know, when I'm selling stuff in between episodes, I will actually sell things one by one like I did in Skyrim, which took forever, and it was, you know, it was painful when I had like a stack of 300 arrows, and yes, I sat there and I sold them each individually, which was painful, but it did the job. Security is... Oh, wait, no. No. Oh, actually, that's weird. Because it's saying it's 63, but we have the skeleton key, which buffs our security by 40. So we actually only have 20... Yeah, we got the skeleton key. So we should actually only have 23 security. But the number isn't green. So, like, look, our athletics is green because it's being buffed by something. And everything and normal attributes that aren't affected by anything are blue. And if they're negatively affected, they're red. But security isn't showing as being buffed. Even though it is. And it's showing as level journeyman. So novice is, 24 and under, basically. So mercantile is about to level up. I think journeyman is then 49 and under. Wait. I don't know, actually. No, apprentice, right. So we have, it goes novice, apprentice, journeyman is after 50, and then I think it's expert after 75. Do we have any above 75? No, not yet. I think it's expert after 75, and then master is 100. So yeah, our security is showing as journeyman, which it should be after 50, but we shouldn't actually, it should actually only be 23 because it should be being buffed, but it's not showing as being buffed. And this is the other thing that's confusing, because our athletics is obviously being buffed by something, so it's showing as 67, but I don't know what, and so therefore I don't know what it is without it being buffed. I mean, I guess we can look in our active effects. What's buffing, what was it? Athletics. What's buffing that? Fortify Athletics. Grey Prince's training. And see, this also doesn't make any sense, right? Because we have an enchantment on the Heavy Raiment of Valor, which is fortifying our athletics by 10 points. Yes, let's look at that in our inventory. Yes, Fortify Athletics 10 points. Okay. And we also have the Grey Prince's training, which is fortifying our athletics by 3 points. But, the Grey Prince's training also buffs our block and our blade by 3 points. Except when we go back to our skills, athletics is the only one that's showing as being buffed. Which doesn't make any sense. Because, blade and block should also be green because they're being buffed by the grey... Or... I don't understand, because surely, the Grey Prince training is... that in Skyrim it would be taken as, we just get skill increase. And I guess that's what it is. And so that's why it's not showing as being buffed, because it's just a straight up increase. But in that case, it shouldn't be in the active effects. It should have just been, you got a blade increase. And the number went up. But for some reason, it's also in our active effects, which doesn't make any sense. And yeah, look, we've got our skeleton key buffed by 40. So... I mean, what else is being buffed? Because we don't actually have that much. We've got Reflect Spell and Reflect Damage. That's just from our shield, and that doesn't reflect our attributes. Resist Disease also doesn't affect our attributes. So we've got the Skeleton Key, which means our security should be being buffed. Blade, we've decided the Grey Prince's training is technically just a skill increase, and it shouldn't be in the active effects. But our athletics should be being buffed by the Heavy Raiment of Valor. Health is not an attribute. Fatigue is not an attribute, or a skill, rather. Willpower is also not. Speed, so speed should be... Is that a... No, that's not a skill, that's a thingy, yeah. Agility. Agility is, though, isn't it? Where is it? Is it not? No, it's not. Okay. Personality. No. Yeah, okay. So it should just be athletics and security that are being buffed and should have green. And athletics does, so I guess by that logic, if we've decided the Grey Prince's training is just a skill increase and not a buff, it should be 57, which still puts us at journeyman. But why is security showing as 63 blue? Because that should be green. So I don't understand, you know? I don't know if that's somehow glitched it out or what. I really don't get it. But it is what it is, I guess. So I'm gonna have to, you know, thoroughly research this. But for now, let's head... we'll head back to Battlehorn Castle. And I want to pick up some stuff so that we can enchant it. Because I just want to play around with enchanting a little bit more. I now understand how enchanting works a little bit better. Basically, what we want to do is... because, you know, I was talking about how, you know, I'm not sure how we unlock new enchantments. Because it's not like in Skyrim where you find something with the enchantment and then just disenchant it to learn it. Basically, you have to buy the spell. And once you've learnt the spell, it will then give you the corresponding enchantment. So I will essentially buy up everyone's spells at some point, probably when we get to the Mages Guild, but yeah, which is a weird way to do it, but whatever, I guess. So let's take this chainmail stuff, which I think I said I was going to enchant. Layer windshield, we don't really need to do that. Oh, mithril stuff, we'll take that as well. We're doing okay with carry weight. And yeah, I think that's good. So we'll take those. I already showed you alchemy, so yeah, I've been collecting ingredients and doing that as and when. But it is actually pretty difficult to get ingredients in this game. And I've also found that the it's not quite like it's not quite like Skyrim in that you know, ingredients and food are separate. Whereas in Oblivion, food is an ingredient, so bread and flour, they're ingredients for potions. But I've actually found that, you know, what you would call an ingredient in Skyrim, so things like, you know, ectoplasm, fire salts, those sorts of, you know, obscure things, they are actually less used in potions than the food. So like bread and cabbage and stuff, you use to make potions way more. Which also makes no sense if you ask me, but again, maybe it does and I'm just not understanding it, but it doesn't seem all that intuitive. But anyway, we're going to try some enchanting. So let's try enchanting some chainmail boots. We'll pick a soul gem. And now we have some options to choose from. Not that much because, like I said, I need to just buy up a whole load of spells. So weakness to frost, no, that's terrible. Shield, that could be useful. Light, terrible. Frost damage, no, why would I want to damage myself? Fortify skill, fortify attribute, and we don't want to take life. So we could go with shield, which is just a constant effect. So it would shield 8% on self. And I think when it says shield, I think it means... I don't know if it means physical damage or magical damage or both, but that could be cool, I guess. But I want to look at this Fortify Attribute stuff. So we can choose an attribute to fortify. And these are our main attributes, I guess. Or does everyone have these? I don't really know. I think just everyone has these attributes. Yeah, because they all govern different skills, which is also very complicated. So we can choose it to fortify an attribute or a skill. So, I mean, what would be good to have on boots? Probably like acrobatics or something. Jump long distances and avoid damage when falling great distances. Well, or you could just watch where you're putting your feet, but okay. Athletics, run and swim faster and regenerate lost fatigue faster. That's pretty good. Blade, why would you put that on boots, but you know. Or sneak, pickpockets and move Pickpockets and move unseen and unheard by observer. That would be pretty good to put on some boots. Yeah, why not? We're not actually going to use these. So yeah, it costs 800 gold and it's just a constant effect. So Fortify Sneak, 8 points on self. So that would, if we wore those, that would turn our Sneak attribute or skill green and up it by 8 points. I think. So let's just put chainmail, boots, test, and create those. Okay, so now what happens if we put them on? So let's have a look at our sneak, which is here. So it's at 30. So if we now put the boots on, we're naked, but 38, there we go, and it is green. I don't know why. Maybe I can try putting the skeleton key in a chest and taking it out again or something, but that's really thrown me off. So yeah, that does work. So it's not quite as complicated as I originally thought. So I think we don't have a helmet for the mithril stuff, but we could actually just, enchant these right now. We probably won't really use them in the long run. And also the size of the soul gem, I believe, it does dictate how good the effect is, which I'm not sure is a thing in Skyrim. It might be, and I may have just never noticed it, but I don't think it's a thing in Skyrim, but it definitely is in Oblivion. So, let's just do a Greater Soul Gem. Fortify Skill on our boots. And should we do, I think, athletics, runners, swim? Yeah, athletics. That fits Alyssa quite well. Again, we probably won't really use these, but hey, Fortify Athletics, 9 points on self. I don't know what this symbol is. 1,200 what? What does that symbol mean? Because this is the gold symbol, and obviously on armor it's just a constant effect. But I don't know what this symbol means. But yeah, that works, I guess. So, oh man, I've got to name things now. We all know how terrible I am at names. Honestly, I'm just gonna call them mithril boots. I'm not here to be naming things, I guess I can just do of athletics. I know it's boring, but we're honestly not really going to use these, and I just want to get to grips on this and kind of show anyone if you also don't understand like me. So create those. Excellent. Now let's do another one. We'll just enchant the whole mithril set, I guess. Let's do a grand soul gem on this one. So we've got the same stuff. We could do shield. Maybe shield 10%. Shield from what though? In fact, let me just Google this right now. Why not? What does the Oblivion shield enchantment do? Shield spells of the Alteration School create a shield around the target's body, thereby increasing the armor rating of the target by the magnitude of the spell. Huh? So this is what I don't understand is, all of this, by the magnet, why can't you just say this spell increases your armor by this much? End of discussion. They make it so much more complicated than it needs to be. So, yeah, I don't really get it. What does it do on armor, though? You're really not going to tell me that? You're going to tell me everything else, but not what it does on armor? But yeah, okay. So it looks like it just increases your armor rating. So 10% on self. So we'd gain, 10% of our armor rating. So say if our armor rating was, I don't know, 50, just for a nice round number, then 10% of that would be 5, so our armor rating would go up to 55? Right? If that's how it works, I don't know. And when it says armor rating, is that done on the actual, does it mean armor rating or does it mean our health? Which is completely different. So I don't know, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'll just go with either attribute or skill. We could do speed, athletics, light armor, and acrobatics. I mean, mithril is light armor. Endurance. Doesn't really make sense to put, a heavy armor skill on a light armor set of armor. Personality or luck. I don't understand luck at all. Luck has an effect on everything you do, but governs no skills. So what does that actually do in practice? Does it, because obviously it doesn't actually raise your skills. Does it, is it just kind of something in the game files? So if you have high luck, it just, it adds like an extra 10% chance to succeed in everything you do or something. I don't get it. That seems silly to even have, but whatever. I think strength is probably strength or agility. Let's go strength, why not? Again, it really doesn't matter. So I'll just go mithril, cuirass of strength. And we'll create that. Cool. So we'll try and go through this a little bit quicker now. So we've got gauntlets. We'll fortify skill, I guess. We'll probably just do blade. That seems pretty applicable. So yeah, fortify blade, 7 points on self. Cool. Oh, I have to. It's so weird that you actually have to name things in Oblivion, because you just don't have to do that in Skyrim. So I mean, I guess it's not weird. It's just weird to me because I've never had to. Okay, mithril gauntlets of the blade. Lame, but whatever. And the greaves. Greaves also really confused me when I first got the game. I was walking around with like no trousers on because I was like, what the hell are greaves? Like what? Because it's just, armor is just one thing in Skyrim. Attribute maybe? Agility? I don't know. Yeah, sure. Again, it really doesn't matter. These are just kind of test things. Okay, there we go. So now if we put those on, 1, 2, 3, 4, obviously we've still got a different helmet. I really wish it covered her face because she's really ugly. No offense, but you are ugly, hun. Just accept it. Those boots are pretty cool though. So yeah, now if we look at our skills, we can blade. See, I feel like that's changed now. So athletics is a skill, so it should be increased by 9. But I feel like it wasn't not higher before. I mean, let's just take them off. 57. Oh no, of course, because it was being buffed by the raiment, but obviously we took that off. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, that's fine. Blade is being buffed by the gauntlets, and then agility and strength are attributes instead of skills. But then I don't understand what that means, because, fortifying strength governs... What does strength govern? Oh no, there we go, so it's buffed here. Oh man, so this is a whole separate list. But then, like, how do these affect these? I don't get it, So our endurance is almost at 100 now that we've buffed it. But what does that mean? And what, you know, having our endurance at almost 100, what relevance does that have to the skills? You know, does it just make it more likely to succeed or something? I don't really know, honestly. It almost seems like, you know, leveling these things up in Oblivion, it doesn't matter. You know, the only thing that matters is that you have a decent enchanted weapon. It doesn't even have to be decent, just as long as you've got an enchanted dagger, you're set, really. So yeah, I really don't know how that works. If anyone can enlighten me, please let me know. You know, I have done my own research, but it doesn't really seem to come to any conclusion, if I'm being honest. It just doesn't make sense to me. But hey, while we're here, we can check whether these have respawned. Because there was a Nern root here, by the way. I'm not sure if it respawns. But yeah, here we go. They have respawned. So while we're here, we will collect as many alchemy ingredients as possible, because I need those for alchemy, which seems to be going up just as slowly as it does in Skyrim, so that's great. Especially because it just doesn't seem that, you know, half the time well, more than half the time, most of the time you can't even make any potions. You know, even though, like, I've got so many ingredients, but most of them just don't seem to make anything. And I tried eating one of every ingredient I had, and that didn't do anything. It didn't, it's meant to, apparently, increase your alchemy skill for each ingredient you eat, but it didn't seem to do that, or if it did it in tiny, minuscule amounts. And it didn't, you know, teach me any effects like it does in Skyrim. So I don't understand what the point of eating them is, because it didn't teach me anything. So I don't understand what the point of that was, but, you know, I don't know. Again, if you know, please feel free to enlighten me in the comments, or, you know, if you know of a good website or something to look up. You know, I've looked at, you know, the Elder Scrolls wiki, I've looked at the unofficial Elder Scrolls page, as well as a few, you know, just individual blogs about people who've played the game and have tried to explain it, but it all just seems incredibly complicated to me, and it just doesn't, I don't know, it's just too difficult, you know, they made it too difficult. But you know, never mind. So, we've done enchanting, we've done very briefly spell making. I don't think we'll really do spell making, if I'm being honest, but, you know. And, yeah, the side effect is that I still don't understand anything, basically. I love that you can see the Imperial City and stuff from here. Oh! What is this? What is this? Wow, 7 gold, brilliant. Why is there a little camp here? What is this? There's something here as well. 3 gold. Where? Huh? Why is this here? This wasn't mentioned in the, you know, the book we found at the beginning. Why are there just a couple of camps here? No note, no story? Not even a bandit to try and kill me? Could have tried my new destruction spell out on him. Seriously, if anyone knows why there's just those 2 random camps there, do let me know. I mean, I'll look it up myself, but, you know. Yeah, I do not know. I guess maybe it's just insinuated that that's perhaps where, you know, the guy that built the tower camped out when he was building it or something. Oh, it's raining! Oh, well, you know, I don't think I've ever seen it start raining in a video game. You know, it's always just, you know, I'll fast travel somewhere and I'll get there and it's already raining, you know? I've never seen it actually start raining. So that's pretty interesting, actually. Easily impressed, clearly, aren't I? So, I think that pretty much covers it for everything I wanted to play with, pretty much. Wow, look at how much they're worth now. So, I think I will now head back to the Imperial City and I will sell these things. I want to see if I can find a guard that will, you know, like, do you like me?
For you, of course.
Yeah, see? Their dispositions are all maxed. Maybe a beggar? Or just someone that doesn't matter, like you.
Rochelle Bantian, Samuel's wife. I'm glad he's settled down to training and the quiet life.
Brilliant. You don't matter, so that's great.
Please, go on.
Oh, yeah, okay, this is what I was worried about. So it looks like we're gonna have to wait until basically people don't like us, which is gonna be near the end of the Let's Play, until we can level Speechcraft up. Or at least, you know, to grind it out. I mean, obviously we can just do it naturally, but yeah, it's a little bit annoying. Cicero Verus. Cicero, eh? I don't think it's the same Cicero. But hey, you know, that's interesting.
One more coin and I can get a pair of shoes.
Brilliant. Do you
For
like
you,
me?
of course.
Your voice just changed. I think that's a thing with the beggars, they all change their voices. Yeah, everyone likes me because I'm like a really good person and, you know, I've like saved the world several times, so yeah, that is quite annoying. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. There's something with, let's have a look at our skills again. Armor, again, I just need to, you know, repair everything I can. Athletics, I could show you athletics. Can't do blade, block. Acrobatics is literally just jumping. And I think taking full damage as well. Light armor, just getting hit. Can't do that yet. Sneak is you basically just, you go into sneak when, like, near someone who's sleeping. And then you just auto run. So you press Q to auto run.
Hello.
And then it will level it up because it counts it as, you know, walking around someone and sneaking. And therefore, you know, successfully hiding from them even though they're just asleep, you know, and you're just running into a wall. But how you do it with athletics, yes, is you basically want to find water and swim. But let's just look through these first. Blunt, can't do that yet. Hand to hand, can't. Heavy armor, no. Alchemy, in progress. Magic, all in progress. Destruction, can't do that yet. Marksman, man, that's going to be a bad grind, but can't do that yet. Mercantile, I just need to sell stuff. Speechcraft, you just mess around with the wheel, but we can't do that at the moment because everyone likes us, so their dispositions are maxed. How annoying. Everyone likes us. Like, that is so annoying, you know? Not something I've ever experienced. And then security, you just need to lockpick over and over again. And I know where there is a chest that it's basically like those chests you get in the Thieves Guild a lot of the time where, you know, they never actually open, there's nothing in them. You can just use it to grind, and I know where one is, we just haven't gotten to it yet. So again, we can't do that just yet. And trust me, I will not make you watch that, because we all know how terrible I am at lockpicking. So yeah, that is pretty much everything. The only thing that's left is that it would be quite cool to show you athletics. Oh no, I didn't want to go through here. So we head out to the waterfront. We basically want to get in the water because athletics is just running and swimming. And swimming levels it up faster than running. So if we can just, I mean, honestly, just jump in the water here. Then if I think we come over to this wall and we just press Q. So we're now auto running. But you see we're in a corner, so we're not actually going anywhere. So I literally, my hands are off the mouse and keyboard right now. So I'm gonna just sit here for a minute and see how long it takes to level up. Because I've heard that this is terrible and it takes eons. I think someone did the maths at some point and it takes like 27 hours or something. And I think I briefly tried to do the maths and I didn't actually do it. I was just kind of, you know, thinking about the numbers and I was like, wow, okay, that's going to be a long time. Because, I mean, like, look, we've already been here for like 30 seconds. We haven't done anything. I mean, let's have a look at our skill. Where are we? Oh, wow, we're literally nearly there. Come on. I mean, if it's taking this long to, you know, fill out the last, like, what, 3% of the bar, that is not a good sign. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be terrible, isn't it? Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna just sit here for a minute and see how long it takes to go from 68 to 69 and do a whole level. So it has been 5 minutes and this still hasn't leveled up. If I open my journal and it isn't like literally about to level up, I think I might cry. But let's have a look. Ooh. What? You have got to be joking me. That's literally like a quarter. I have been sat here for 5 minutes and it's, oh my god. I mean, I'd heard that this was bad, but fuck. That is terrible. Okay, so, well, with that in mind, I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, I'm literally just gonna have to sit here, you know, turn on auto run, so it does it for me, and I will just sit here and, like, I don't know, play Animal Crossing or something on my Switch. I mean, it's just gonna take all day, you know, I'll probably just sit here and do something else, because, I mean, I can't really leave it, because, you know, if it goes off or something, I might drown. Yeah. Wow, that is abysmal, depressing, and has ruined my day just a little bit. Why did they make it so terrible? I mean, and that is the fastest way. Swimming, I see a Nern route. Let's go and grab it. Yeah, like literally swimming is the fastest way to level up athletics, and it takes that long. Yeah. Low-key wanna cry, but it's fine, I guess. Yeah, wow, that is gonna be god-awful. I mean, everyone said it was god-awful, but I was like, oh, no, it can't be that awful. No, you're just being dramatic. Yeah, it's god-awful. Yeah, wow, okay. I mean, like, look, it literally got dark while we were doing that. Why would they do that? Anyway, I'm just, you know, walking along the coast here, seeing if I can't spot a Nern route or two for my troubles. To, you know, mean that I'm not gonna cry. What's this over here? Little graveyard? I can't interact with them. Just a few tombstones, I guess? What, just for decoration? It's not often... Ooh, an Nern route. I don't feel like that's, you know, a common thing for Oblivion to do, you know, because it's usually just, you know, the same old rocks over and over again, you know. If they do something like this, it's usually, like, it means something, there's something here, but there isn't, apparently. Yeah, wow. It's gonna be so awful. Yeah, oh, look at the 2 moons. There are 2 moons. I don't actually remember what they're called at this current time, but yeah, that is, in fact, that is a pretty nice screenshot. So let me just toggle the menus off, and you know, if you ignore all the, you know, trees that are made out of like 3 pixels, then like, isn't that a nice screenshot? I know I shit on Oblivion's graphics all the time, but yeah, honestly I think it is just a byproduct of my age. You know, I was like 5 or something when this game came out, and so I've never really known graphics as terrible as this. So yeah, it is really just a byproduct of my age. I'm sure if, you know, if you grew up with these games, it wouldn't seem nearly as bad. And honestly, it's not, you know, it's still perfectly playable. Like, they're still not great, but it's playable. Especially, I've just been watching a Morrowind playthrough, and oh my god, that is terrible. I would really like to play Morrowind, because, you know, just for the story, I just want to know the story and, you know, see the guilds and everything, but at the same time, it just, man, it seems so terrible. I love that in Oblivion, like, look, I'm just on the roof right now. You know, whereas in Skyrim, you know, like, so in Oblivion, I can literally, like, climb, you know, the chapels and stuff. I can go wherever I want. But in Skyrim, it, like, you can barely jump on this rock, you know, you'd be like, oh, no, I can't even get up this rock, you know, whereas, you know, in Oblivion, I'm just like, whee! I can go wherever I want, you know? Yeah, I mean, like, Skyrim, you know, like, Lyra couldn't even, you know, jump on this box and then look at Alyssa, she's just jumping everywhere, you know? But yeah, anyway, I'm pretty sure that's everything I wanted to, you know, kind of try out in this episode. I will probably now sit here and cry about athletics and how long it's going to take to level up. But no, seriously, I will sit here and, you know, increase mysticism, illusion, conjuration, alteration, I said that weird, maybe even restoration as well. Destruction will have to wait. And yeah, I'll level some of this stuff up. I might try and, you know, buy some more stuff to level up alchemy and, you know, just mess around and stuff. Imperial? I have a name, you know. I'm not just some random... I guess I am a random person to you, but, you know. So yeah, I will sit here and do that, perhaps while I cry about athletics. And then we'll see if I have any sanity left to, you know, just swim into a wall for the next 12 years or something. Which is... Man, that's so depresso. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, even though it wasn't really an episode. I think I might make this like a, you know, like a 0.5 episode or something. But, you know, I wanted to record it and show you it in case anyone was interested. And, you know, in case anyone else was, you know, kind of just as confused about the attributes and stuff as I am. You know, maybe it might help me make some sense of it. Because, I mean, I've kind of made sense of it, but only partly, you know? I can use it now, but I don't understand, if that makes sense. So yeah, I will sit here and grind some stuff out, and you guys now know what I'm going to be doing to grinding out those skills. And yeah, just pray for me. And just hope that I don't lose my mind and become unable to finish this Let's Play because of how terrible athletics is going to be to grind out. I mean, honestly, I think I might actually do maths. Just to kind of make a statement, because, yeah, oh my god. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, even though this was a weird episode. You know, like it if you did, comment down below and give me any tips if you have any. We can commiserate. Oh, acrobatics increased. You know, commiserate about how terrible athletics is. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more and, you know, see the rest of Alyssa's story that isn't just standing in one place grinding out skills. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.